Well, after using this red iron oxide to just do those bottles, now those bottles are just going to, I can't do anything with them at the moment because they're too wet. So I'm just going to leave those to dry off, and then slightly, so I can at least hold them, without smearing the red iron oxide. And then using my tool I've got here, and I've spoken to you before about, this is an old, what we call in English a hacksaw blade. One of those blades from a saw for cutting metal. Sometimes the blades break and you can sharpen up the ends. One end is slightly rounded, where it breaks it's flat. You can then grind an angle on that. You've also got the teeth down the side here, which you can use to comb through and do decorative work like that. So these are the kind of tools that I will use to do this kind of decoration, or any of these kinds. So just to show you that, right, we're just going to clean up here a little bit. Sponge. Best to clean up as soon as you've made a mess, because it's easier to clean then. Now I've got here, I'll just bring the camera in a little bit. Get down there on the action a bit for a closer shot. There on the banding wheel are some examples of, now I said to you, well, after these have been bisque fired, they will be covered in a sort of semi-opaque whitish sort of glaze. Here are some examples of that kind of effect. Now you can see the scratch decoration there, how it comes out. You can see the iron breaking through here, and where the glaze is perhaps a little thicker or not quite so hot, it's remains slightly grey, whitey in colour. Alright, now here's another one. Now, as I say, this one is slightly cooler, say. Usually most pots have got a slightly hotter side and a cooler side. In this case here, you can see the glaze hasn't become so transparent, it's remained more white and opaque, so on this side it's slightly darker and the iron is beginning to come through. That's that sort of flecked design. Okay. Again here another one. Now I quite like it in both ways actually. I like it with the iron breaking through, and I sometimes quite like it when it's the iron doesn't really quite break through and it goes that sort of slaty grey. I quite like that. So there's just a small selection. There you are. You can see quite markedly the cooler side of the pot here and the hotter side there. It all gives variety, and variety is important. Now I'm going to give you the recipe for that white glaze. So take a pen and a paper, take a note of this. Now I don't know if this is an exact percentage, but these are the amounts. Okay, so potash feldspar 3 pounds and 14 ounces, whiting 1 pound 14 ounces, talc 1 pound 2 ounces, china clay 2 pounds 2 ounces, quartz 4 pounds, and that's it. I also actually use exactly the same base recipe, but with red iron oxide added, which in reduction gives you a really quite nice higher temperature Celadon glaze. So if you want that, then just add 4 ounces of red iron oxide to the mixture. Mix it all together, put it through a 100 mesh sieve, and then check you've got your thickness right. Now the thickness application is actually quite important. You don't want it obviously too thin, otherwise just the iron is just going to break through too strongly. If you have it too thick, you're not going to get any iron breaking through, and it's going to be kind of completely kind of whitey grey colour. So you know, it's the happy medium, isn't it? The balance, what you want. I'm going to put this glaze recipe just to the, as you're watching it in the YouTube window there, it'll be just to the right. Okay, I'll put it there, I'll write it out, because I do get people who don't understand my English. Okay, have a go. Simon Leach saying, keep practicing, hang on in there. See you soon. Bye now.